Glow and Diddy or Bob and Whitney. I'm here cause the Lord sent me. Pound push like a pugilist, grin real devilish and freak bad bitches. Shit, you a different story. I know you're getting bored and that nigga ain't getting you horny no more, is it? Cause when it's all said and done, it's me.
Loving, thugging you, and baby, you're getting bored. Dealing with him. I know you miss my loving, my thugging, thug loving. And I know you're getting bored. Dealing with him. My loving, my thuggin', thug loving. And I know you're
sweet thing, I'm living it. Won't you let you live it a little bit? I know a stressful relationship is hard to deal with, but here's how you deal with it. On your weekly visits, use a code name to protect the innocent. Maybe I'm too generous, generally believing that all women want me, they don't wanna get even. But who do you believe in? Is it money or God? Betrayal, trust, this thing of vows should be secretly held sacred. Cause I love it when you pop your body, move your body, drink up all the Bacardi and run up alongside me. I love to see you wild and free, but occasionally you get cold, wet feet. And all that means to me is you need my heat. Cause when it's said and done, you're gonna want me.
Loving, thugging you, and baby, you're getting bored. Dealing with it. I know you miss my loving, my thugging, thug loving. And I know you're getting bored. Dealing with it. I know you miss my loving, my thugging, thug loving.
The way that you're walking, the way that you're talking, you're the one I wanna spend this night with. Trying to get in them drawers and bang it out till the morning. I can already tell you want it, cause you're shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me. Keep on shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me.
Hey, how you doing, mama? I need to know your name. You giving me the I'm giving you the same. It just hit me right now. What we should do today? Go tell your friends bye-bye. Hey, let's go hop a plane. There's no mistaking the attraction's ironic. I wanna make you someone more than just a bone in my closet. I wanna win that type of relationship where you gon' wanna come hang when your man didn't trip. You say you're short this month and you're late on your rent. He took your car, what you mean, homeless? Yeah. Whoa. You see, little mama out of control, and I'm just saying.
The way that you're walking, the way that you're talking, you're the one I wanna spend this night with. Trying to get in them drawers and bang it out till the morning. I can already tell you want it, cause you're shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me. Keep on shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me.
Shorty moving closer and slower and lower, yeah. I think she knows she making me hard. Got every man in the building like, oh my God. She slicker than lottie-dottie when she work her body. When you done her at the party, meet me down there in the lobby, and I'll be waiting on ya. Ain't no debating on ya. I got a seat for ya. We can let the top back in. We don't have to stop, girl. I got a little something I wanna. Believe me, it's strong. Lil' mama, please don't make me wait too long.
The way that you're walking, the way that you're talking, you're the one I wanna spend this night with. Trying to get in them drawers and bang it out till the morning. I can already tell you want it, cause you're shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me. Keep on shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me.
Now I see you looking at my body, baby. Now you wanna come and put it on me. If I gave it to you, could you promise me that you could make it feel like you never did? Cause I see you, and you see me. Now if I please you, could you please me? Now I ain't the one in no relationship, and I ain't tryna be the other chick. I know you
the way that you're walking, the way that you're talking, you're the one I wanna spend this night with. Trying to get in them drawers and bang it out till the morning. I can already tell you want it, cause you're shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me. Keep on shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, rubbing that body on me.
Who would I be without my baby? The thought alone might break me, and I don't wanna go crazy, but every thug needs a lady. Girl, it feel like you and I've been more than together, inseparable. You chose pain over pleasure, for that you forever be a part of me. Mind, body, and soul, ain't no I in we. Baby, when you cry, who wipes your tears? When you scared, who's telling you there's nothing to fear? Girl, I'll always be there when you need a shoulder to lean on. Never hesitate, knowing you can call on your soulmate and vice versa. That's why I be the first to see Jacob and frost your wrist up. Now you're old man, I know you're tired of being lonely, so baby girl, put it on. What would I be without you? I only think about you.
What you're saying is true.
I know you're tired of being lonely,
I need someone to hold
so baby girl, put it on.
I will.
What
you drop like 80 on a down payment, thinking damn, ain't life gravy. And ever since from my honey, I've been twice the lady. But what I do without the nights that you kept me warm? When this cold world had a girl caught in the storm. Then I accept when you with, when you're caught in the wrong. And respect when you flip, cause our love is strong. And when you hit the block, I'll watch for tenfold. And when my pops was asleep, you snuck in the back door. Baby boy, we've been down since junior high. So when life get hot as July, it's the world against you and I. We ballin', tied together and never hard from the heart. Knew that it would last forever. When you told me you would never leave me lonely. So baby boy, put it on me.
What would I be without you?
What would I be without you?
I only think about you.
What you're saying is true.
I know you're tired of being lonely.
I need someone to hold
So baby girl, put it on me. What would I be without you?
What would I be without you?
I only think about you.
What you're saying is true.
I know you're tired of being lonely.
Need you to hold
So baby girl,
me.
put it on me. Yeah, yeah. Since we met, it's been you and I. A tear for a tear, baby, eye for an eye. And you know that my heart gon' cry if you leave me lonely. Cause you not just my love, you my homie. Who's gonna console me? My love, I'm out of control, hold me. My love, cause I'm yours. And I don't wanna do nothing to hurt my baby girl. If this was our world, it'd be all yours, baby. I thought alone might break me. And I don't wanna go crazy. Cause every thug needs a lady. Feel you, baby, cause the eyes ain't lying. Wash away all the tears, there be no more crying, baby. And you complete me. And I would die if you ain't with me. So baby girl, put it on. What would I be without you?
What would I be without you?
I only think about you.
What you're saying is true.
I know you're tired of being lonely.
I need someone to hold
So baby girl, put it on me. What would I be without you?
What would I be without you?
I only think about you.
What you're saying is true.
I know you're tired of being lonely.
Need you to
So
hold
baby girl, put it on me. What would I be?
Fresh like the kiss of morning dew. That's how it felt that day we met and I first laid eyes on you. Yeah, it's like you walked right about my fantasy, and then you left that day. Girl, why did you abandon me? Maybe you'll see when you. And I wonder if you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be. Said I wonder if you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be. Yeah, now when I think back to the days you and mine, oh how I wish I could flip a switch to turn back the hands of time. Oh baby, you were the one that made me real. Now that you're gone, tell me what in the world am I supposed to feel without you here with me? If you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be, said I wonder if you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be. Listen, something tells me I've been wrong. Of the love I felt that you should have given. Never thought you'd leave me on my own, but I see that it's over. And I hope one day. Ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you came more? Girl, what you playing for? Come on, let me kiss that. Ooh, I know you missed that. What's wrong? Let me fix that. Twist that. Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Baby, tonight's the night we lose control. Baby, tonight you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, that I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I hit you with the best stroke, freestyle in the breaststroke, till you're blowing cigarette smoke, and now the bed's broke. So what we gonna do now? Round two now. Work it out, then we cool down, cool down. Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Baby, tonight's the night we lose control. Baby,
dummies. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Did we survive the weekend? Sven, you didn't jump out a window, bud? Well, I tell you, man, college football is a cruel game, man, as far as how it treats its fans. Absolutely brutal to be a Mississippi State fan and have those 2 losses to Tennessee and Mississippi State. Just to Tennessee and Texas. Just brutal. Brutal. 38-21 with like 8 minutes to go in the game. And they lost. Yeah. There ain't enough sauerkraut on the planet to make you feel better about that, is there, bud? Dang. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Let me let's see who's in here. Yeah, new ways to lose. Let me refill my coffee and we'll start the show. I'll be right back.
But now I'm searching for commitment and other arms. I want to shelter you from harm. Don't be alarmed. Your attitude was the cause. You got me stressing. Soon as I open up the door with your jealous questions. Like, where can I be? You're killing me with your jealousy. Now my ambitions to be free, I can't breathe. Cause soon as I leave, it's like a trap. I hear you calling me to come back. I'm a sucker for love. And guess who's the daddy? Don't wanna fall for it, but in this case, what could I do? So now I'm back to making promises to you, trying to keep it true. What if I'm wrong? A trick to keep me holding on, trying to be strong in the process, keep it going. About to lose my composure, I'm getting close to packing up and leaving notes and getting ghosts. Tell me who knows a peaceful place where I can go to clear my head. I'm feeling low, losing control. My heart is saying leave, or what a tangle where we weave when we conspire to conceive. And now you're getting calls at the house, guess you're cheating. That's all I need to hear, cause I'm leaving. I'm out the door, never no more when you see me. This is the end, cause now I know you've been cheating. I'm a sucker for love.
Do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up, baby. Oh yeah. You tried everything, but you don't
Guess who's back in the house with 2 big tick old bitties?
Hi there. Sorry to interrupt. Interruptions can be quite annoying, like a stuffy nose, getting in the way of your day. Wow! Afrin No Drip is here to provide ridiculously powerful nasal congestion relief fast for up to 12 hours. And it stays right where you spray it, with no drips all day. That's why we call it Afrin No Drip. Afrin, the wow is real. Use as directed.
For your mouth, heartbreakers must partake of this sensation. So death and clue hits in the make.
Oh, guess who's driving the 500 like yippee-yi, yippee-yo, yay. When I talk smack, y'all better skip back like here we go, cause the don't play.
Your love's so good, I don't wanna let go. No, I should. I can't leave you alone, cause you're so disarming and caught up in the midst of you. And I cannot resist. Hey, boy, yes, I do the thing you want me to. The way I used to. Would you love me? Well, if the brat gave a about it, my heart would be cold. Should've known you were starstruck when I let you stroke. My guard was up in the beginning, but then I gave you my heart and you broke it again. I'm a fool when you smile at me, I'm convinced. I get caught up in you and I just can't resist. I know you lied to me.
Never made it as a wise man.
Could persuade me to believe your bluff. You set it up, impressed me with gifts and rings. I wish love was dollars, cause money ain't a thing. Illuminati and MC, move the party. I gotta ready to play somebody. You think, tell me you is gay for each member of my crew. In fact, I'm a heartbreak you, lay you flat on your back. You really don't know, so I advise you not to trust y'all.
It's like everywhere I look and everywhere I go, I'm hearing motherfuckers trying to steal my flow, but it ain't no thing. Cause see my nigga Coolio put me up on the game when I step through the door.
You know, some of these niggas is so deceptive, using my styles like a contraceptive. I hope you get burnt. Seems you haven't learned. It's the knick-knack paddywhack. I still got the biggest sack.
All right. Let's get the party started here. Happy Monday, rainy Monday. So moving in slow motion today. So I'm running about 10 or 15 minutes behind today. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for the purposes of this conversation. How's everybody doing? Enjoy the weekend? Anybody do anything exciting outside of college football? I didn't. Well, I went out to eat Friday, which actually is exciting for us. We don't go out to eat very often. I think I was telling y'all the other day, we get basically an extra vacation a year just by not going out to eat all the time. We went out to eat at Bonefish. It was like $110, right at $100 to go out to eat. Now that's a little more expensive of a place than where we normally go, but like, even if you go to the Mexican restaurant or something, especially if we take the kids, you're going to spend $60 or $70 for 4 people at the Mexican restaurant, Anyway, so we probably only go out to eat maybe 7 or 8 times a year. Now, when we're on vacation, obviously we eat out all the time. I'm talking about when we're just at home. We probably only go out to eat maybe 7 or 8 times a year. And I don't know, if you add up what you spend going out to eat, it would shock you. It would shock you. Track what you spend going out to eat just for a month. Track it for a month. I'm talking about every drive-through you go to, every time you go to a restaurant to sit down and eat, every time you go through Starbucks and get an $8 coffee, whatever. Track it for 1 month. It would shock you what you spend going out to eat. So we don't do it. And we get an extra little vacation a year, really, out of what we save from not going out to eat. So, oh yeah, hundreds. Yeah, you go out to eat 2 or 3 times a month, you're into the hundreds easily. Unless you're just eating McDonald's every time. But I mean, if you're going somewhere where you sit down and order off a menu and there's a waitress and all that, you do that 2 or 3 times a month, you're easily into the hundreds of dollars. And that's if you don't drink. If you drink, you could double that. No, we don't do that for sure when we go out to eat. We definitely don't do that. Lou doesn't go out to eat so he can gamble. Sacrifices. Yeah, it's always funny when people say, people tell, oh, you can't afford this or you can't afford that, or you probably know people like that. Oh, such and such can't afford, but whatever. But what you can afford is really a choice. Really what you can afford is really a choice. It's more about what you choose to spend your money on, right? Now, can I afford a private plane? No. But there's lots of things I don't have that I can afford, but I choose to spend my money other ways. And look, for people who do it the opposite, that's fine too. I know people, my brother, I love my brother to death. Guy's never had a car for more than 3 years. Never had a car for more than 3 years, ever. He's always either looking to buy a car or looking to sell the car he has, constantly. But he likes switching it up. He likes driving different cars. He likes having something different. That's how he chooses to spend his money, you know? So he buys a car every 3 years instead of whatever, you know, somebody else might choose to do something differently with their, maybe instead of buying a car every maybe his neighbor has had the same car for 15 years, but has a boat. Well, does that mean my brother can't afford a boat? Does it mean the neighbor can't afford a new car every 3 years? No, it's choices. It's what you choose to spend your money on. You know, now rich people, yeah, they can afford whatever they want. They don't have to make choices. Anything they want, they can have, right? But your average idiot like us, it's more about what you choose to spend your money on than it is about what you can afford. Like Jay. Jay spends money on speakers and shit like he's 17. That's what he likes to do. Now, I don't spend a bunch of money on speakers. Does that mean I can't afford it? Or does it mean I go to Vegas 4 times a year instead of that? You know? Hey, Millis, I got your package in the mail yesterday, buddy. Thank you. Look what Millis sent me, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn the camera on. I don't usually have the camera going on this thing. Hold on. Is it on? Let me see. I don't want to have to pull up a whole new setup thing. There we go. Let me move it. Well, just a top camera, but look what Millis sent me in the mail. Dump truck. And a hat, too. Yeah, I meant to text you yesterday, Millis. The mailman dropped that off when I was in the middle of doing my Your Season Is Over video thing. And I knew I was going to forget. That's why I brought this shit in here, so I would remember it this morning. I knew I was going to forget to text you yesterday, so I'm glad I saw you in here today. Remind me to tell you thank you on that. But, yeah, looks like Uncle Lou's got his own dump truck now. Of course, great news. Thank you, Millis. Oh, boy. It's getting interesting between Florida fans and LSU fans, right? Have y'all seen any of the back and forth going on between Florida? Florida fans and LSU fans are like two 15-year-old boys fighting over the same girl, and the girl is Lane Kiffin. They both Florida fans and LSU fans are 100% certain that they're getting Lane Kiffin. One of those fan bases is going to be absolutely devastated. Now, we all know what's going to happen. Whoever those two teams get, the fans are going to immediately then pretend like that's who they wanted. It's a home run hire. They'll turn it around immediately. We're going 100-0 next year. But I want you to remember everything you're hearing from the Florida fans and the LSU fans right now. They only want Lane Kiffin. That's it. There is no other name that will make them happy. That's what they're saying. Now, again, whoever they hire, they will immediately change their mind and go all in. Oh, this is going to be amazing. You know, he's going to be the greatest coach of all time. But one of those fan bases is going to be down bad. Or maybe both of them. Both of them might be, yeah, Jay, he might stay in Oxford. Both of them might end up being down bad in a bad way. I was tracking your field goal things yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I even looked it up on the Gypsy site myself. Yeah, hey, I won again. Is that 6? Look, I've won so many weeks in a row. I was thinking about it this morning. I can't remember whether that was 6 weeks in a row or 7. I guess I'll go with 6 just to be on the safe side. But I won again. I won again in another crazy comeback, too. At 7:30 Saturday night, I was down $300, and I made a bunch of big bets on the primetime games, and I hit them. And when I woke up yesterday morning, I was up $6, and I turned that $6 into $131 betting on the NFL yesterday. And then in the primetime NFL game, I bet $31 and lost. So I'm up. I ended the week up $100. So he's got to send me $100 today. So it's either my 6th or 7th winning week in a row. I've never had 6 or 7 winning weeks in a row ever on sports betting. So it's the best. How many rigged wheels hit? 2 of them. I sent you your money, didn't I, Jay? You won, didn't you? I paid them out yesterday, I thought. Rigged wheel. Yeah, Jay, you won with Mississippi State plus 7.5, and so did Trey B. But I think I paid both of you. And then Ryan C had Michigan minus 13.5, but they only won by 11. So 2 out of the 3 won, though. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 2 out of the 3 won. Yeah. Alabama's a soft team, but a pretty good team. Yes. Yep. Yeah, no fights in the Michigan State game, too, which was disappointing. Lou, I lost my $200,000 underdog parlay because of Mississippi State and South Carolina. $200,000. How many picks was that? What was the risk and what was the win? And how many picks? 9 picks. How much money? $20, 9 picks to win $200,000. Texas A&M broke LSU. Bama by 40 in 2 weeks. Probably. Hell, they beat them by 40 last year in Baton Rouge. So, I don't know. Well, doesn't it depend on whether or not LSU is ranked when y'all play? Jarvis? If somehow LSU is still ranked, yeah, you might beat them by 40. If they're unranked, you probably beat them by 4. No, I don't think Georgia's going to the SEC title game. I mean, I'm half kidding with you, Jarvis, but you know, there's just certain like trends in college football, and you have to, like, I have to put up with the fact that Georgia can't beat Bama, and people tell me that a million times a day. Ohio State fans have to put up with the fact that they can't beat Michigan, and they get told that a million times a day. Alabama fans are going to have to put up with the fact that they're soft and struggle against unranked teams every time they play one. Lincoln Riley has no defense. Like, there's just these, they've almost become stereotypes of college football, but you got to roll with them. You got to roll with them. Football season seems to go by faster every year. Well, we still have 3 months. I mean, you know, don't think in terms of regular season. You know, yeah, we got 1 more month of the regular season, but we have 3 months of college football left. All of November, all of December, and most of January. No, I put the top 25s out on Monday afternoon. Yeah. Not a lot will change at the top, though. Well, if I turn the camera back on, you can see it. But yeah, you see the white shelf up there. So I had Ohio State 1. No real reason to change that. Indiana 2. Just the white shelf in the middle. No real reason to change that. Texas A&M 3. No real reason to change that. Alabama 4. No real reason to change that. I'm probably going to swap Georgia and Oregon. Oregon just doesn't have any strong wins, and they didn't look great at home against Wisconsin. I know it was raining. I think Dante Moore got banged up, but 21-7 over Wisconsin. I'm probably going to swap Georgia and Oregon. So I'll have Georgia 5, Oregon 6. I'm going to swap Miami and Ole Miss. Probably leave Texas Tech and Georgia Tech the same. Leave BYU the same. Leave Vandy the same. That's Notre Dame after that. So there won't be a lot of changes, at least in the top of the top 25. There was some good games, but it wasn't. You remember last weekend, 4 of the top 10 teams lost. 5 of the top 11 teams lost. Like, we didn't have that this week where you had to totally rearrange your top 10, you know. We had some pretty good games, but we didn't have a lot of the top 10 losing like we did 2 weeks ago. So won't be a lot of changes at the top. Manning has a concussion, I'm pretty sure. Got hit in the back and hit his head on the ground. It looked like a concussion when it happened. He got up. When he got up, it looked like he had no idea where he was. It was like typical looking concussion thing. Is what it looked like to me. You know. Uh-oh. I see your belly, Monk. I gotta rub your belly if I see your belly. If I see your belly, I gotta rub your belly. Yeah, that's the rule. If you see a belly, you gotta rub a belly. That's the rule, too. You know it. Do you think Dan Lanning will make his way back? No. No. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody called him. But I don't think he's looking to leave. From an NIL and collective standpoint, I don't know that there's a better school to be at than Oregon. So unless he just wants to live back down in the South somewhere, maybe his family loves it down here and they hate it in Oregon, I don't know. But from a football point of view, I don't know. Seems a little easier to get to the playoffs every year at Oregon in general. I mean, it's going to depend on your schedule from year to year, but just in general, seems like a little easier trip to the postseason most years at Oregon than it would be at any random SEC school. No, I didn't do no worse 10, no. Yeah, mentioned that earlier. But Florida fans and LSU fans are both convinced that they're getting Lane Kiffin. So one of those fan bases is going to be down bad. And I can't wait to see how that whole thing plays out. There's so many different dynamics at play. Like, even if, let's assume Lane Kiffin does want to leave Ole Miss. All right. When does he leave? And how, and will whatever school he is going to accept that? Like, what, because Ole Miss is making the playoffs, y'all. Look at their schedule. Ole Miss is making the playoffs. is Florida willing to wait till the middle of January or the end of January, potentially, for Lane Kiffin to come there? Is LSU willing to wait that long? Or is Lane Kiffin, even if Ole Miss makes the playoffs, is he just going to leave Ole Miss and let them have an interim head coach in the playoffs? There's a lot of moving pieces here with the Lane Kiffin story. I would assume that the goal of any head coach, I would assume, would be to win a national title. So I can't imagine Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss while they're in the playoffs. Like, you got a chance to go win it all. You're not going to leave that. And then would he really accept another job while coaching Ole Miss in the playoffs? What if he goes on to win the Natty? He's got to win the Natty and then immediately leave to go to Florida or LSU. So I don't know. We went through this last year about this same time when we thought Florida was going to fire Billy Napier and they wanted Lane Kiffin. And we were like, well, I said, if Ole Miss makes the playoffs, Florida's not getting Lane Kiffin. And that might be the case this year, too. He might just stay there. So I don't know. Yeah, they probably could have got him last year because they missed out on the playoffs. I don't think it's going to come down to money because I think Ole Miss will match whatever he's offered anywhere else. Yeah, Vandy plays at Tech. You know what? I haven't even looked at next week's schedule of games. I purposely don't do that. I mean, sometimes you just know in your head when certain games are. But I really fight the urge to look ahead past the current week. And I normally do it on Sundays, but I didn't yesterday. But let's look ahead to this week's lineup of games here. Got games starting on Tuesday again. Nothing great. Nothing great. Wednesday, same thing, nothing great. Thursday, Tulane at UTSA will be a good game. North Carolina at Syracuse. One of North Carolina's last chances to win a game. Memphis at Rice. Sam Houston at Louisiana Tech. That's Halloween. And then we've got the Saturday slate. Penn State at Ohio State. Boy, that game sure has lost a lot of juice, hadn't it? That was one of the biggest games of the year when you looked at all the schedules in the preseason. Not so much now. Vanderbilt at Texas is going to be a huge game. Miami at SMU. SMU lost to Wake Forest last week, though. This looked like a difficult game for Miami, and maybe it still is. Miami didn't look great either against Stanford, so we'll see. West Virginia at Houston, Rutgers at Illinois, Duke at Clemson. Clemson's favored. That'll be a good game. I'll be curious what Pete thinks about that one. We got the Lunch Money Show coming up tonight at 9, but I'll be curious what Pete thinks about that one. Houston is 7-1, by the way. I'm going to do a video either today or tomorrow on all the conference races, but there's some interesting scenarios out there. When you look at how many league losses these teams have and the remaining schedules, and there's a strong possibility Miami doesn't even make the ACC championship game, even if Miami wins out and goes 11-1. Strong possibility. And if that happens, the playoff situation is going to get a lot more tricky, because you'll have Notre Dame at 10-2 and Miami at 11-1. Miami will have a win over Notre Dame, so you can't put Notre Dame in ahead of Miami. Miami would have a better record and a win against Notre Dame. And if Miami's not in the ACC championship game, then that means a second ACC team's getting in. Whoever wins. There's also a possibility that in addition to all of that, Georgia Tech could be 11-1 and lose the ACC championship game. If that happens, I think 3 ACC teams are getting in which case there's zero chance Notre Dame gets in at 10-2. Notre Dame's best win at the end of the season is going to be Southern Cal. Their second best win is going to be Navy. Any head-to-head comparison of resume between Notre Dame and any other 10-2 team in the country is going to favor any other team over Notre Dame. I don't think Notre Dame is a lock to get in at 10-2 at all. Louisville at Virginia Tech, getting into the 3:30 games now. Georgia at Florida, the cocktail party, 3:30. They play that game at 3:30 every year. Notre Dame at Boston College. Texas Tech at Kansas State. Oh, Mississippi State at Arkansas. Somebody's got to win this game. Now, maybe does Mississippi State pull one out? Finally get a conference win? I don't know. South Carolina at Ole Miss. Ole Miss only favored by 13.5 there. That's interesting to me. Why isn't it 14.5? It seems like they're begging you to bet Ole Miss. Why? They are begging you to bet Ole Miss here at 13.5 at home against South Carolina. South Carolina coming off of a devastating loss. Why is this only 13.5? That looks like a trap bet. Oklahoma at Tennessee. Tennessee only favored by 3.5. Does that surprise y'all? Does that surprise y'all? I keep betting Tennessee to cover, and I keep losing. Not this last week, though. They did cover this last week. Against Kentucky, they destroyed them. Southern Cal at Nebraska, playoff elimination game. This is a must-win game. Aren't they both 6-2? Southern Cal 5-2. Nebraska 6-2. Now, I don't think either of these teams is making it, just for the record. But this is a playoff elimination game. Southern Cal at Nebraska, 7:30. Kentucky at Auburn, another game where somebody has to win. Florida State favored by 8.5. At home against Wake Forest. You know what to do. Bet this team right here. Bet this team right here. How about this for a late night game? Cincinnati on the road at Utah. Utah still hanging on at 6-2, but they're on the outside looking in because they've got losses to Texas Tech and BYU. But Cincinnati and I don't know how many people know this, Cincinnati's got 0 conference losses. They're 7-1, but look, they're first place in the Big 12. They're tied with BYU in the Big 12. Their loss, anybody remember who Cincinnati lost to? Nebraska. Game day will be at that game. Which one, Nebraska, Cincinnati? Let's see. Yep. Cincinnati and Utah, I mean. What did I say? Cincinnati and Nebraska. Yep, Cincinnati and Utah, college game day game. Pretty good slate of games. Let me go ahead and put on the Patreon poll because I forgot to do that last week, and I don't want to forget again. Shout out to JC27, by the way. He was this past weekend's Patreon winner on the $1,000 giveaway. Patreon poll for week 10 stream. Noon, 3:30, 7:30. Publish. All right. This week's poll is up. There you go. Knock yourself out. Get your votes in now over on the Patreon poll. Notre Dame not getting in the playoffs will have the Irish fans crying a river. It needs to have the Notre Dame administration crying a river and figuring out, how did this happen? Well, it's because you're not in the conference. But if you were 10-2, you'd likely have an opportunity for a third. Here's the thing. It's not only the 13th game. It's your schedule, Notre Dame. Your schedule is not good. It's good that you scheduled Miami and Texas A&M, but you lost to them, bud. Like, you've played 3 ranked teams. You've lost to 2 of them. Your only ranked win is against Southern Cal, who will probably be unranked by the end of the year. And your second best win at the end of the season is going to be against a service academy. It's hard to take that seriously. If you were in a conference, you'd have a more legitimate schedule, and you could potentially have a 13th game so that when you're sitting there at 10-2 at the end of the year with a bad resume, you have a chance in a 13th game to get yourself a good win to earn your way into the playoffs. Instead, they purposely avoid the 13th game. Schedule service academies every year in November, which is why I'm done listening to people bitch and moan about the SEC scheduling FCS opponents in November. Now, I don't like the FCS opponents in November because I like good football games, and those aren't good football games. But the people that are like, it's not fair. The SEC plays Citadel in November while we have to play Purdue. Yeah, poor thing. You poor thing. You have to play Purdue while poor Alabama's beating up on the Citadel. What's the difference, man? What's the difference? They're both unwatchable games. That's all that matters to me. But where's that same energy for Notre Dame? Notre Dame's playing Navy in fucking November, beating up on service academies. They're going to be sitting there at 10-2. Their best win is going to be Southern Cal, and their second best win is going to be Navy. They're probably not getting in. I don't think a 10-2 Notre Dame is not getting in over any 10-2 SEC team. And how many of those are there going to be? If Miami goes 11-1 and doesn't make the ACC championship game, they're not getting in over 11-1 Miami. Whoever wins the ACC has to get in. What if Georgia Tech is 11-1 and loses the ACC championship game? Georgia Tech will still get in. The winner of the ACC championship game will get in. Miami will get in at 11-1. Notre Dame's going to the Armed Forces Bowl to beat up on whatever. Yeah, they could go 10-2. Yeah, they could lose to Pitt. That'll be a good game. And I obviously think they're losing to UGA, but 11-1 is a real possibility for Georgia Tech. The ACC teams I was just talking about won't have the same resume as Notre Dame, dumbass. One of them will have a conference championship, something Notre Dame's never had and won't have this year. One of them will be 11-1 with a win over Notre Dame. A win over you, a better record than you, and a win against you. How retarded are you? The winner of the ACC championship game is guaranteed to get in. If the loser of the ACC championship game is ranked inside the top 10 before the ACC championship game is played, they're not going to move them out of the top 12 just for losing a 13th game that Notre Dame avoided. They're not going to do that. And they can't put Notre Dame in at 10-2 ahead of Miami at 11-1. You can type till your thumbs fall off. In fact, it might be a good idea. You need to start working on your typing endurance because on Selection Sunday, you're going to be doing so much rage tweeting, you're liable to wear yourself out. So you need to start working on that endurance now because you're going to be Florida State fan from 2 years ago. That's what you're going to be when you don't get in. You have a piss poor fucking schedule. You've played 3 ranked teams. You've lost to 2 of them. There's a chance Southern Cal finishes the season unranked, in which case your best win will be Navy. Pitiful. Pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. Join a league, bud. I don't know how Miami's even going to get into the ACC championship game, never mind win it. They're behind Virginia. They're behind Louisville. They're behind Georgia Tech in the ACC standings. One, two, three, four, five. Miami is 7th in the ACC right now. Of course, Notre Dame might just get their ass beat by Pitt, and then none of this will end up mattering. I don't think Georgia Tech's beating Georgia this year. Last year was Georgia Tech's chance. Georgia couldn't stop the run last year. And last year was Georgia Tech's chance. Georgia's problems defensively this year come against teams with grown-up passing offenses, and that ain't Georgia Tech. I know Haynes King went for 300 this past week against whatever can of corn they played, but I'm really not worried about Haynes King throwing the ball to beat Georgia. I'm worried about Julian Sayin throwing the ball to beat Georgia, Ty Simpson throwing the ball to beat Georgia, Mendoza throwing the ball to beat Georgia, Blake Shapen at Mississippi State throwing the ball to beat Georgia. I'm not worried about Haynes King throwing the ball to beat Georgia. Moving up one or two spots doesn't get you in because the rankings are going to change after conference championship Saturday when you're sitting at home. I just explained all this to you. When a top 10 ACC team loses the ACC championship game to an ACC team ranked 15, what do you think's going to happen? That top 10 ACC team that loses the ACC championship game is not going to move out of the top 12. But the 15th ranked ACC team that wins the ACC championship game is moving into the top 12, which means Notre Dame falls back a spot. Now apply that to the Big 12. Now apply that to the fact that the SEC is getting 5 teams in this year. The SEC is getting 5 teams in the playoffs. The Big 10's getting 3. That's 8. The ACC and the Big 12 are getting at least 1 each. That's 10. The group of 5 is getting 1 in. That's 11. That leaves 1 spot left for either a second ACC team, a second Big 12 team, or Notre Dame. And I think it's going to be a second ACC team, and Notre Dame is out. And I can't wait to make a video on that today and get everybody riled up. The SEC is getting 5 in. Texas A&M is getting in. Alabama is getting in. Georgia is getting in. Ole Miss is getting in. And 1 other team is getting in. Look at the schedules of these teams here. And keep in mind, Notre Dame's not getting in over any 10-2 SEC team, okay? Texas A&M's not losing 3 games. Bama's not losing 3 games. Georgia's not losing 3 games. Ole Miss not losing 3 games. Vandy not losing 3 games. The worst any of these teams are going to be is 10-2. That's the worst any of these teams are going to be. There's a chance Vandy finishes worse than 10-2 if they lose to Texas and Tennessee. But if they lose to Texas, then that means Texas probably finishes 10-2. If they lose to Tennessee, then that means Tennessee probably finishes 10-2. So no matter how you slice it up, bud, there's going to be 5 10-2 SEC teams. At 10-2. Oh, I know you hope all that happens, Tom. I know you hope it happens because you know what I'm saying is right if it doesn't happen. And Notre Dame's going to be asked out at 10-2 and with a best win over Navy. Notre Dame needs to go looking to buy you. The odds to win the championship don't have anything to do with it. Alabama had about the 6th best odds to win the national championship last year while they were busy sitting home not making the playoffs. You sound like an Alabama fan. We should be in. We'd be favored hypothetically over Memphis. Oh, you're definitely not going to get the last laugh because Notre Dame's not winning a natty. So this will be whatever the 39th year in a row that you hadn't. You hadn't won anything in 39 years. Notre Dame fans have gone from bragging about winning natties, which they used to do a long time ago, to bragging about how great their academics are, and that's why they can't win natties, to now bragging about how much TV money they make and the fact that they don't have to split the payout in a playoff because they can't win natties. We don't have to split our playoff money. Is that helping you? It doesn't seem like it. The fact that fans care about how much money their school has over and above winning a natty is sad. Super sad. Super sad. Interesting situation to keep an eye on here at Texas Tech. So their starting quarterback is already out, Morton. He's been out. On Saturday, the number 2 quarterback blew his knee out, and they had to finish the game with their 3rd string quarterback, Mitch Griffiths. Now, according to this article, the starting quarterback's injury, a right leg injury, isn't that serious. And he was actually available to play in case of an emergency this past weekend. But when you look at Texas Tech's schedule, They play at Kansas State this week, but then they play BYU. Now, I don't know a whole lot about that third-string quarterback at Texas Tech, but if they can beat Kansas State with him, they should probably continue to sit that starter out because they're going to need him against BYU. And I also don't know how serious the leg injury is. Maybe he'll be fine to play against Kansas State. I don't know. But this is the game that matters for Texas Tech right here, because if they lose this game to BYU, they're probably not going to the Big 12 title game because they already have a loss. And remember, Cincinnati doesn't have any conference losses. It's going to get interesting for the Big 12. Yeah, I know that, Spin. $19.98. Yeah, forever. Forever. That reminds me. Did I write this down? I got to remake the poverty shirt. People have been asking. You know, I got rid of my old T-shirt store because they were starting to fuck things up. They were taking way too long to ship stuff, and every time I asked them about it, they had a new excuse. And so I finally just got rid of that old store, and I have a new merchandise shop now. But I was unable to just transfer everything over from the old store to the new store, so all that old stuff is gone. All that old stuff is gone. So I've had requests to make a Your Season Is Over shirt and to remake the Tennessee Poverty Since 1998 shirt. So I need to work on that this week too. I'm going to be busy this week. I want to do 2 videos today, the top 25 video and then either a coaching video or a conference standings video. I'll probably do the coaching video, top 25, and then a coaching video. And then tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on all the conference standings and the conference races. I got to make a couple of new things for the merchandise store. And I'm doing another ad read this week, I think for the protein shake people, and another one from the Arena Club people, the cards thing, the what do you call it? Sports cards, graded sports cards. Yeah, you got to do everything you can this time of year to make the money, because it's almost impossible to make it in the off season. Well, especially like sponsorship deals in the off season are almost impossible to get unless you can get a year-round one. But you know what they do with the way the year-round sponsorships work for a football channel is they like take Sleeper for example, the fantasy sports app that I've been promoting this year. So they have an amount of money that they're willing to pay me to promote their app during the football season. So if I were to ask them, hey, let's do this year round, the amount of money they pay me overall wouldn't change. It would just be spread out over 12 months instead of spread out over 6 months. You know, you see what I'm saying? It's hard to get somebody that just wants to sponsor a couple of videos in June on a college football channel because they know nobody's watching, compared to how many people are watching during the season. And you have to send these companies your YouTube analytics too when you're working out a promotion deal with them. They want to see, the age range of people that are watching your channel, the gender, how many people are subscribed to you, how many people are watching, all of those kinds of things. Oh, yeah, Sleeper advertises year-round, but so after football season ends, instead of advertising on my channel, they'll find some basketball channel somewhere to advertise on, and then they'll find a baseball channel to advertise on. They'll bounce around like that. I could do it year-round. That's just the amount of money they pay me wouldn't change. Instead of them sending me 6 payments for whatever amount of money the total is, they would divide it by 12 and send me 12 payments for that amount. Yeah, it started with Oklahoma State, the whole fan thing, doing that, waving the shirts around. I saw that a couple of weeks ago. Notre Dame's never going to win a natty because they can't win 4 big games in a row because they're not in a conference. So they're not used to playing quality competition week in and week out. When they tried to do it this year for 2 weeks, they lost both games. But you look at Notre Dame's schedule most years, it's a decent team, then 3 terrible teams, then a decent team, then Navy. Once they get into the playoffs and they got to play 4 good teams in a row, they can't show up 4 weeks in a row because they're not used to having to show up 4 weeks in a row. So they'll never win a natty. They'll never win a natty in the 12-team playoff until they join a conference. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. You didn't win a natty last year. Exactly. Which is exactly what I just said. You didn't win a natty. You just didn't have what it takes. You can't win 4 weeks in a row against quality competition, bud. This year you couldn't even beat 2 good teams in a row. You lost to both of them. A what is wrong list? Let's see if that scumbucket paid me yet, that stupid-ass gypsy. Nope, not yet. He needs to, though. I beat the bookie for the 6th or 7th week. I've beat him so many weeks in a row now, I can't remember whether it's 6 or 7. I own that sorry motherfucker. I was going to make a shirt that said my pronoun is him and him in all capital letters. I'm him. Yeah, Slob Olympics will be good this year in Nashville. I've never been to Nashville, so I'm excited. And the only flight it looks like out of Augusta that day is like at 7 in the morning. We're going Thursday. We're going up Thursday and coming home Sunday. We're going to fly, I think. But the only flight out of Augusta is like at 7, which is going to put us getting to Nashville at like 9 in the morning. I guess we can just drop our bags off at the hotel because I'm sure we won't be able to check in that early, but we can drop our bags off at the hotel and just walk around downtown, I guess. I got to book my room for the Vegas trip, too. I keep checking every few days. You know, the prices fluctuate on the rooms. I mean, I get a free room, but the room I'm getting is not free. I have to pay a little something for it. But the prices go up and down every day based on demand and how many rooms are available for that week and all that. And I've been trying to catch it on a day where it's at a low point instead of at a high point. Because we're getting the big, the 2-bedroom suite at Planet Hollywood. It's a big ass room. I think it's 2,000 square feet. Vibrating bed? No. Yeah, requesting a vibrating bed on an all-guys trip would be a little weird. No, and I canceled all my Teespring shit because Teespring was fucking up. That's why I don't use Teespring anymore. No, time change next week, doesn't it? Or 2 weeks, I think it is. 2 weeks from this past weekend, I think. Next Saturday night into Sunday morning is the time change. Yeah, I'm on a roll. I don't know that I've ever had a streak like this on sports betting. In the last 2 weeks in particular, it looked like I was going to lose, and I had massive comebacks late on Saturday. Last Saturday, I was down $600 at one point and ended up winning $300 for the week. This week I got down 300 Saturday at the start of the primetime games on Saturday. I was down $300, but I hit a couple of big winners Saturday night, and then I hit a couple of plays in the NFL yesterday and ended the week up $100. I'm not doing that where people, sports betting is pure luck. So there's no sense in paying me or anybody else for sports picks. Well, at least we'll get an extra hour of sleep. Next weekend. Getting addicted to anything can ruin your life. Whatever it is you like to do, Biscuit, don't get addicted to it. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get started on the top 25 video because I want to try to do 2 videos today. The top 25 video and a Brian Kelly / coaching video. It seems like I'm going to be doing one of these coaching videos probably every week from now through the end of the season. Probably going to have about a coach fired every week from here through the end of the year. So make sure y'all check them out. Shout out to y'all again. We hit 75,000 subscribers over on the main channel. Sometime Saturday afternoon, I guess that was. That's a big deal. The next stop is 100K. Yeah, we hit 75K. We're at 75,027 now. So just over 75,000 subscribers over on the main channel. So shout out to everybody for helping me get here. And we're not slowing down. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Full steam ahead. We're going to find an extra gear here and kick it into overdrive. See if we can't get to 100K in the next couple of years. So I appreciate y'all helping me out over the years, hitting the thumbs up, commenting, watching the videos, sharing them out, all that kind of stuff. That's why we are where we are. So shout out to all of y'all. So, all right, couple of videos coming out today. Lunch Money Show tonight at 9 with me and Pigskin Pete. So we'll take an early look at this coming weekend's games and see if there's any bets me and Pete like early in the week. Hope everybody gets their week off to a great start. Enjoy your Monday. We got Monday Night Football tonight and Major League Baseball Game 3, I think it is. Is it Game 3 tonight? Yes, Game 3. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Switches to L.A. tonight. Toronto on the road at the Dodgers, 8 o'clock on Fox. Max Scherzer versus Tyler Glasnow tonight at 8. The Monday night foosball game tonight is Washington at Kansas City. Kansas City's a huge favorite. They're favored by 10.5. That's massive for an NFL game. All right, everybody. Let's have a good week. How about that? Let's all have a great week. And I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock on the Lunch Money Show. Have a good morning.